Hello and welcome to another no frills, informative, truth or something else moment, fact or fiction. Those are the words I was looking for that didn't quite come into my brain because I've just washed my hair. So today, I'm afraid I don't have my helpful assistant with me. You just have to put up with me and stupid dogs. It's all about snackies. We all snack. Sometimes it's just habit, sometimes it's through stress, anxiety, boredom, maybe just not having time to eat properly. We're just grabbing little bits and pieces everywhere. And I am a true believer in calories in versus calories out, okay? If you're somebody who wants to either control your weight, lose weight, maybe define, get more muscle definition, there is a lot to think about with what you're putting in your mouth and how much that equates to calories. Because if you don't burn what you're putting in, and when I say burn, I mean unless you use energy every day to burn off some of that stuff that isn't being used to help keep you alive, then you're going to start to store it as fat. And one of our other sessions is all about fat and what a blessing and a curse it is. It's all about balance at the end of the day. So today is particularly about snacking. We are going to do different ones, some of that on beverages, okay, because that's a whole different ball game when it comes to not just alcohol, but you know, your cappuccinos, your lattes, your frappuccinos and whatnot else. I have to get down because she's going to keep trying to eat my food. And again, with food and portion sizes, we are all starting to buy bigger plates these days from the supermarkets. I don't know why that is. And so we feel that we need to fill those plates. What about carveries, eh? They're just like death on a plate. Because we feel that we need to eat more, especially carbohydrates, which tends to pack up on loads of pastas, potatoes, etc. Anyway, drawing back today, here's a little challenge for everybody who's watching. We have some various items. Now, this is just typical ones out of my cupboard. I'm not going to lie, I literally grabbed the first things I could find because that's what No Frills is all about. Please don't judge me. So I'm just going to bring them forward a little bit so you can see them. And as I said, don't judge me. So over here, now this is not a typical snack, although some people do like to snack on vegetables, I'm not going to lie. However, I thought this was a really good opportunity to show you a portion of vegetables, fresh from Tesco's. We then have your left, my right, your left, a dairy milk, one of those skinny little bars, you know, can almost fit it in your mouth in one go. Then we have a mini cheddar, one of my personal favourites, I'm not going to lie. I think that's something like 5 grams, whatever. And then you can barely see them in there, this tiny little bowl of cashew nuts. And again, I'm going to be honest with you, I did nick one out of there before doing this little video. So this is your first tray. I want you to memorise these things, okay? This is just a little bit of a memory game for you now. Then on the next one, a little bit easier to remember, we've got 1 2/3 of an apple. A little bit less now. Packet of regular salt vinegar crisps, 2 Satsuma things, and then we got one of these little biscuits, jammy dodgers. Actually, we got one and just under a quarter jammy dodger because otherwise it wouldn't be fair. And then we have a quarter of a flapjack bar. All right. Did you get all that? Well, it's too bad if you didn't. You need to work on your memorising skills. Now, I'd like to think, each of these different objects, how many calories do you think they have in them and which portion has the most calories? Now, you can take pause for a second here because I'm not going to stand here for 10 minutes while you start Googling, looking at Myfitnesspal or whatever because you want to cheat. Take a quick guess. Okay, you've got the apples, you've got the crisps, you've got 2 Satsumas, you've got a small piece of flapjack, you've got 1 1/4 biscuits, you've got a fairly good sized portion of vegetables, including broccoli, carrots, sweet corn, and beans, my first time playing that. 1 dairy milk bar, 1 small mini cheddar, and about 14 cashew nuts. Halves at that, not even full ones. So I can tell you now, because I'm bored with listening to my own voice, each portion of these holds around 100 calories, okay? Now, some of them, the smaller portions, it's because they've got quite a high fat content. And if you pay attention to the fat video, you'll know that each gram of fat is around 9 calories. Woo! Whereas your carbohydrates, like your broccoli, not only packed with nutrition, only hold 4 calories per carb. Okay, so again, that's why the biscuits, flapjacks are ridiculously high in fat, and sugar for that matter. So approach with caution. Really good if you're doing a marathon, okay, to keep your energy levels up, or climbing up Snowdon, but generally not if you're sitting on your backside at a computer all day. And then your crisps, obviously they're fried. Apples, a great alternative. So my point is today, is if you're someone who needs to snack, if you do get peckish occasionally and you want to graze, think about what you're grazing on, because some of these smaller things that we don't even think about, we just put in the car. This is me in the car with my cashews. Get to my mum's and they've all gone. There's a whole packet, which is about 500 calories. You can really pack away a lot of calories. I didn't even bring out the popcorn, because if I bring out the popcorn, I'm all over that like a rash. Have a play. Before we go on this one, this is a really good exercise for you to do. Have a look in your cupboards at home. Think about the things that you do like to snack on. I'm not telling you not to snack, okay, because I believe it's important to try and live in a balanced way, okay? So it's all right to have a couple of snacks, but you know, it's about controlling, being mindful, okay, having the knowledge to make good choices. That's what I think is important, and that's how I try to live my life. Now, there is an app called Myfitnesspal. If this is something I would advocate. I've been using this app for quite a long time, and if you've got any kind of decent recent phone, and I'm talking like one smartphones generally speaking, you'll be able to download this app called Myfitnesspal, and it's a really good way to work out to find out calories. Now, back when I trained as a PT many moons ago, we had to get this big book which looked like an old Yellow Pages telephone directory when we were assessing people's nutrition, and we'd have to go through every single food, look at how many calories it was, then work out their portion size, and it was absolute hell. Nowadays, it's all on your fingertip. I tell you, this app to me is like telephone banking. It's a godsend, and you can be in control of what you eat and knowing what you eat, okay, before you even eat it, before you stick a whole bar of flapjack in your mouth, just before you go to bed and you realise it's just under 500 calories, which will take you an hour hard running to work off, you may want to think twice about it and find a better alternative. And it is about making healthy choices. So this is my first plug today. I'm going to do a whole session on Myfitnesspal because I do love it. There are lots of different apps similar to this out there. But if you want to take control of your eating, what you eat, what's actually in what you're eating, it will record everything. It will give you graphs. I mean, if you're quite anal like that, it's really good to see how much protein, how much carbs, your micronutrients, your minerals, your vitamins. It will show you everything. And you can go to scans as well. You can pick up your bag of pasta and you can just scan it and it will recognise it straight away. It is absolutely a marvel as far as I'm concerned, but it takes discipline. And that's one of the key things. And something we'll discuss on another week is about planning, preparation, and a little bit of self-discipline to help you get to where you want to be or to maintain where you are, depending on what you're looking for in life. So that's it today. Go and check out your cupboards. Think about what you eat on your snacking days, and then you might have a little shock. You never know. You might have a pleasant surprise, but you might think, geez, it's always good to know how much of something, you know, weight-wise. It's a scary world out there. There's so much instant stuff. So thank you for joining me on another one of the No Frills. This is one of the informative sessions just to give you a little bit of advice. If you want any more advice or want a longer conversation, you can hit me on Facebook. All my details are there, and drop me a message and I will get back to you and we can have a good old chin wag. In the meantime, take care, be kind to each other and lay off the flapjacks.